Welcome to the benefits of cloud computing. Now, there's several advantages that cloud has over a physical environment like an on-prem data center. And what we'll do is we'll take a look at some of these advantages now. Now, for example, high availability is something that cloud computing offers. And depending on the service level agreement that you choose, cloud-based apps can provide a continuous user experience with no real downtime, even if things go haywire. Cloud computing also offers scalability. And it offers scalability because apps that are deployed in the cloud can scale not only vertically, but also horizontally. Now, when I say scale vertically, what I mean is they can scale in a way that increases the compute capacity by adding RAM or CPUs to a virtual machine hosting the app. Scaling horizontally, what this means is it increases the compute capacity by adding instances of resources. So instead of adding RAM or CPUs to a VM hosting the app can scale horizontally by having VMs added to the configuration which hosts the application. Elasticity is provided by cloud computing because cloud computing allows you to configure your cloud-based apps in a way that takes advantage of auto-scaling. And what this means is when an app auto-scales or the underlying hardware or resource auto-scales is that the applications always have resources that they need. When a website spikes in traffic, you can have the application or the web app auto-scale to meet that need. And then, of course, when the traffic to that website goes down, again, the apps can lower the resources that they need. Agility is another benefit of cloud computing because with cloud computing, you can deploy and configure your cloud-based resources quickly as your requirements for your applications change. Another benefit of cloud computing is geo-distribution. And what this means is you can deploy your applications and your data, for that matter, into data centers around the globe, regional data centers around the globe. What this does is allow you to ensure that your end users always have the best performance and quickest access to that data and to those apps within their region. So you don't have someone from Germany hitting an application that's hosted in the US. I mean, that you can have it deployed in Germany where they'll access it. And then, of course, you have disaster recovery. Because you can leverage cloud-based backup services and data replication along with geo-distribution. When you deploy apps in the cloud, you can be confident knowing that the data for those apps is safe in the event of a disaster. Now, when it comes to accounting, there's two different types of expenses to consider when running a business. You have CapEx and you have OpEx. Now, CapEx is that upfront cost, the spending of money, if you will, on physical infrastructure that you then deduct over time on your taxes. And then, of course, you have OpEx, or operational expenditure. Now, what OpEx refers to is the spending of money on services or products now and then being billed for them at the time of use. These type of expenses can be deducted in the same year they're spent. There's no upfront cost. And essentially, they apply to pay-as-you-go services or products as you use them. So in other words, if you're an organization that owns its own infrastructure, you're going to buy equipment that goes on the balance sheet as assets. Servers, hardware, data centers, all that stuff. These are capital investments. And because they're capital investments, they're categorized as CapEx. And then over time, to account for the asset's limited lifespan, or limited useful lifespan, I should say, assets get depreciated or amortized. Now, with cloud services, they're categorized as OpEx because they're a consumption-based model. There's nothing to amortize, and it's cloud service provider, in this case Azure, they're managing the costs that are associated with the purchase and the lifespan of any underlying physical equipment. That being the case, OpEx has a direct impact on the net profit, the taxable income, and the expenses on an organization's balance sheet. So organizations tend to try and push everything to OpEx when they can.